actions. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to use slotted actions, and you will see why this update is a big deal in itself, but we'll also talk about how this is just the first step towards something.
Let's set up a character rig in Blender. First, enable the Rigify add-in pre-installed with Blender. Press Shift A under Armature, add a human meta rig. Pre-installed with Blender. Press Shift A under Armature. Add a human meta rig. Then scale it to match the scale of your character. In edit mode, select the bones then scale it to match the scale of your character. In edit mode, select the bones you don't want to animate and delete them. If you're not planning on doing facial animations, delete all the selected bones. In the side panel, under the Tool tab, check X-axis mirror. From here, you can begin to align the bones with the different parts of the body. Delete all the selected bones. In the side panel, under the Tool tab, check X-axis mirror. From here, you can begin to align the bones with the different parts of the body. Take extra time with the hands to ensure they are aligned correctly.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Spencer, and welcome back to Advice. Of course, it is the show without a name, because I think you probably should have gotten it by now. The topic I wanted to address today is the question, why do I do it? This can mean a whole lot of things to a lot of different people, and hopefully I chose the best interpretation of that. This comes when you're most likely second guessing yourself. Something you're doing isn't working and honestly probably hasn't been working for a while, yet you continue to do it. It's a moment of clarity where you just ask yourself, what am I doing? From there, you can evaluate and go on from there, and that's up to you because I can't tell you the evaluation process. An example you can pull from my life is this very show. I've been doing this for a pretty long time now, going back to last March. It's not like any of my other content, where I make sure to hit that 8-minute window by any means possible to appease the YouTube algorithm. It's me writing a 1 page or less Google Doc, recording it, and playing some old COD to grab attention of maybe 5 or 10 of you. I am really popular, aren't I? Now, isn't that negative? Shouldn't I have that conversation with myself? Wouldn't that demotivate me? Why keep doing something again and again if you know you're going to get the same result? That is the definition of insanity, right? I do it because it's not for me. Writing about my experiences does help me figure out some stuff, and I'm grateful for that, but it's still my life. I do this show to help one person. Out of all the videos I've made, whatever views I get, no matter how popular I am, if I can help one person by telling them my story and my opinions, and they can learn and grow from that, I think it was worth it. We do selfish acts, some small, others not. All about feeding our ego, and the size of that ego is up to the person. You're fighting with people for jobs, food, time. It's just the nature of everything. What I implore you to do is go do something good. Help someone in need. Help an old lady cross the street. Hold the door open for someone. Say hi to your neighbor. When they ask you, why do I do it? Say it's to help. In maybe the smallest way possible to make everything okay in the end. But with that small act, more gets created off of it. And those small acts accounts for something larger. And it all starts by helping one guy on an advice show. See how I wrapped it back around there? Maybe I should do volunteering instead. But hey, someone's got to look after the new COD kids. We had them, so why not? That's where I'm going to end for today. Why do you do it? Like I said before, the question means a lot of things to a lot of different people, so I'd love to hear your take on it and have a discussion below. If you want your questions answered, please email me at koboldtuxadvice@gmail.com for a nameless read. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Spencer, and welcome back to Advice, the show without a name. I graduate in 2 days. 2 last days I'm ever gonna live in a dorm room, look at a textbook, even though my exams are gone. You know what I mean. The last things I'm ever gonna have to do school things for. It's over. We're getting old.
is a statement I have definitely made over the past couple of months. Hell, I made a video that explores my past in gaming, so let's just say I've been thinking about it for a while. I think I'm starting to understand a different side of the argument, or perhaps a critique of what nostalgia shouldn't be. We are getting old, man. Like, damn. 10 years ago, I was a squeaker in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. And now look at me. Someone with less than a deep voice in a Modern Warfare remastered lobby. Boy, I did not think my gameplay through. However, perhaps my editing blunder may help make a point. My generation has lived and died at the hands of consoles like the 360 and the PS3. We lived in an era of the true popularization and rapid growth of technology. We grew up in a culture where gaming just started to take off with Modern Warfare and Halo 3, and we experienced a completely toxic culture that jaded us for the rest of our lives. Yikes. So, so why are we still here? Why do when I look at a video of myself from 6 years ago, do I want to go back to live that part of my life all over again? Something about our childhood is infectious. Maybe it's our innocence or the ability to do the most outlandish things with only our mind at the helm. And maybe because we grew up in a time period of significant technological advances. With it being a part of our lives, we now think of our childhood, that innocence, as gaming. And that shouldn't be the case. Our childhoods were more than sitting in front of a TV. It was playing in that soccer league everyone was in at the park, riding a bike for the first time, and forgetting how to ride your bike for the first time, and using a scooter until middle school. And most importantly, the friends we made along the way. The people we met online were not the best people. I mean, look at those Modern Warfare 2 lobby compilations. Those people made us feel shitty, so why romanticize them in our brain? They could move on. They were in their 20s. They had everything happening to them in just another year or two. We had our entire lives ahead of us to care about. So instead of looking through rose-tinted glasses, maybe you should look at what was. Nostalgia is one hell of a drug and will always be. We should take with us the people who did good for us. All of those other people just called us and may or may not be in jail. It's impossible to separate. Our minds are too entrenched, and nostalgia's gonna be there no matter what we do. But I want to leave you with this. When someone says, we're getting old, maybe think to yourself, I just grew up. See you next time. What college should I go to? My experience is a little different than most. I applied to 4 schools, all of them in my state because, oh boy, those out of state payments are a lot. However, I only visited one school, and that was the first one. It was obvious that I don't even know why I mentioned it, but yeah, I toured one school and knew immediately. So let me share my wisdom down to you. No, this line of logic will only work for smaller type schools. I would not be caught dead in like Michigan or Alabama. So with that, let's get into it. First off, be wary about taking your counselor's suggestions. They aren't your thoughts. I pretty much casted out everything and browsed the Common App for hours on end. I chose my schools because they were mine. They weren't some hand-me-downs. When you walk onto a campus, you need to envision yourself there. You know, you need to know what it feels like to be a student. Are you comfortable with walking from your dorms to the buildings? Do you like the size of the dorms? Can you see how you would design it based on the fabrication, which is the enlarged dorm room? I know it's shown on tours, but if you can figure that out, please expect a smaller dorm. Do not be surprised because they are trying to sell you. Of course, there are going to be some fabrications. Is the cafeteria food tolerable? Hell, is it passable? I'm going to break this myth right here. All cafeteria food is god awful. There is no diamond in the rough. But it's never faked on tours during the school year. So if you're going to go then, you're going to get the best feeling for how shitty it's actually going to be. From my experience when I got into campus, I avoided listening to the opening PowerPoint. They're artificial junk, so please don't judge anything until the In 2004, the original Battlefront released on the Xbox and PS2, and it was a chaotic
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? If I asked you how you were doing today, I hope the answer would be well. Welcome back to another commentary. A lot of these last couple of videos here are really just focusing around the end of my college career, the end of, God, almost 12 plus years of annoyance and struggle and everything. You know, middle school, high school, college, even, you know, the 1st through 5th grade, so 16 years. It was really my entire life. This has been my entire life forever. And now it's over. And I don't really know how to feel about that. I don't know really where to go from here. Obviously, there's always the next great adventure, but where is that gonna put me? Where is that going to lead me? What is life beyond the classroom? What is my responsibilities if I'm not waking up at 8 o'clock to walk to class? It's interesting. The only thing I've known in life is school, is waking up, going to class every single day, doing nothing, and then just going home and doing nothing. Obviously, work has kind of changed that after thing schedule, but I really haven't done any school work or anything school related in maybe 6 years. The end of high school was just kind of a joke, and don't even get me on the difficulty level of college. It's non-existent. But I've always just been school. It is the one thing in my life that no matter what has changed and what has happened has kept me grounded, has kept me very just constant. It has been the one thing in my life I can point to, and now it's gonna be over. I'm not going into the master's program, I'm not doing any of that. I'm walking across that stage, getting a diploma, and just leaving, because I don't want to deal with it anymore. And I'm kind of scared by that, I guess. I'm scared that what if my life beyond school is nothing? I really don't know if this is a good mindset to have, honestly. My entire life is in front of me. I'm 22 years old. I've got every single thing to look forward to, yet I'm worried about school, college, living in a dorm room with a twin-size bed. That sucks. And I'm very fortunate to have other things like work to hold me over, to have another constant in my life, I guess. But I don't know if replacing school with a 9 to 5 is what I want to do, is what I really just want. But I know that I'm gonna have to have some kind of consistency, and that is always the toughest thing to get. Like I just said, I'm fortunate to have this job, to have a full-time thing right out of school. But I'm fortunate to have gone to university, to gone to one of the preppier high schools in my city, even the little elementary school. I'm grateful for all of that, but I feel like if I just continue on my job, I'm not going to be putting any of that information, any of what I've truly just learned into something, into anything. Is everything that I've done completely useless as long as I get a job that pays me well? Was it all worthless? I don't know, and that is rough because I've been trying to live up to this era that I'm in. My mom has sacrificed everything for me, and I have done my best. My GPA is well beyond whatever my dad thought it could ever be. I've done every single thing. I pass every single class. I try to learn as much as I can, and now it's all gonna be useless. I don't know. Because what is my life beyond the classroom? I don't know. And I don't think I'm gonna know for a pretty long time. I think time has a interesting way of working itself out, so I don't think I really have to worry there. It's just kind of always scary to think about your future. You basically are walking out with a blank slate after graduation. You could do anything that you could ever want. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out what my life is going to turn out to be. I don't know if this YouTube thing is ever going to work out. I don't know if my job is going to work out, but here we are. We're living the dream. We are alive, we are well, and that's all you can really ask for. As long as you are you, you will find your way. Sure, maybe everything I've learned up to this point is useless. I sure hope it isn't, but if it is, well, at least it brought me to this point, I guess. I sure hope it doesn't, I sure hope it's not useless, but you know what? Here we are. So yeah, those are just kind of my thoughts on the matter. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what I do, maybe consider checking out some of my other stuff. Thank you so much. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another commentary. April is the worst month ever for a college senior. Mainly just because I'm already done with everything. There's nothing else I need to do. I'll be honest with you, I checked out of school back last year. What else is there to do? I like to call this the dog days of senior year, when all you want to do is just kinda be done with it. I talk so much about how I'm going to end my college career, what I'm going to be doing after, and how I haven't really been told about anything post. But I would much rather be experiencing all of that right now than taking my online religion class and internship credits that I already did a year and a half ago. It's just not necessary for me anymore to be here. And yet, here I am. It sucks. And it's going to suck for another month-ish. There's nothing else for really me to do. You know, I know everybody on campus. I've been to every building. I've done all the events. I've done all the sports. What do you want me to do? I guess just kind of sit and twiddle my thumbs and wait for the end. I don't know. It's kind of weird just to talk about the end, but man, dude, I really just want the end to come now. I want to stop waking up at 7:30 in the morning just to work, then to go to class, then to work, and then just to sit in my bed and just relax. I want to cut out at least one of those things, and class really does seem like the best thing to cut out, considering I'm not paying money to do it. Their work is giving me money instead, so why would I ever keep class? That's a tangent. Here we go. It's at one of these pivotal points, the dog days, where you really just tend to lose focus, where, you know, my feelings are, I don't even want to be here, but that doesn't mean nothing else is happening. Everything is happening. Final exams are coming very quickly. And to be honest with you, I haven't really studied. I haven't really done anything. Like I said, I checked back in junior year. I just kind of show up and take the exams at this rate. You can't quit. You can't give up. You can't throw in the towel just because it's right there and you're guaranteed to get it. You still gotta work towards it. Now, I'm a business major. There's not that much work to do, yet I'm still swinging. I'm still moving towards that goal, because what is the point of spending godly amounts of money to go to college? I've done this for 4 years. You can't really, I don't know, you can't stop. You can't stop. And everything in my way is just saying, Spencer, there's no reason you should even be here anymore. Just stop. You can't. You really, really can't. And that's a feeling I hate so much. All I want to do is just to be an adult. And I have 1 month standing in the way of that. And I have to keep going and keep being this studious person. I have to keep going to class every single day. I have to keep taking paper notes that are ineligible to read because my handwriting is so bad. I have to keep doing everything, because if I stop, I'm going to lose momentum and I'm going to go into my adult life a step behind. That's what I feel like. I feel like I have to keep pushing, because if I don't, somebody else behind me is gonna jump forward. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just kind of want everything to be over, but I know I have to keep pushing. The dog days suck. But it's monotony for a reason. You have to do things for a reason. So, here we are. The final stretch, the final lap. Everybody that watches me can finally stop hearing at the end of the road, the finish line, whatever I say in the advice show or some of these commentaries. You can finally say, Spencer, you finally crossed the finish line. Please stop talking about a road ever again. I make that analogy too much. But through the monotony, I'm going to learn who I am and kind of what I can do. How I can really pick myself up and continue to think of ideas and continue to keep myself motivated during the worst month of my life, because I really just want this to be over. I really hope that comes sooner than later. Until then, my name is Ben Spencer, and thank you so much for watching this little ramble. If you enjoy this, please let me know, and consider checking out some of my other stuff. Until then, stop. Just wait a second. I know how this sounds. To be honest with you, it doesn't make that much sense to me either, but just stay with me. Fallout 4 is one of the more decisive titles in the Fallout series, and mainly just because of its story. The story of Fallout 4 just kind of sucks. The factions are bad, the narrative is bad, the twist is bad, everything is bad. Yet, so many people love this game. And I've been really focusing on why I love Fallout 4. It's a game I played so much that I have almost an entire week on one playthrough, and an undisclosed many more hours. Oh my, I spent too much time on this game, but Fallout 4 is a game I love so much, and so many people also love it. Not because of the story. And if people have mixed feelings about Fallout 4, they always point to either the gameplay bugs or the narrative. You should play Fallout 4 again. But don't play the story. Do every single thing you can to avoid the story. Because mainly, the best parts of this game are its side features, or features not disclosed to anybody else. Because you're not really supposed to really look at it. You're supposed to do this stupid hunt for Sean, and not worried about all of the other really cool side quests that should take your focus away from, I don't know, walking out to the glowing sea to find Virgil. It's a complete mess. The reason I fell in love with Fallout 4 was the companions. Specifically, Nick Valentine, Piper, and Kate. Kate is my favorite Fallout companion ever. And her side quest of getting clean inside Vault 95 is maybe my favorite quest of all time. Nick's hunt for Eddie Winter. Piper describing how she was almost poisoned and then she's trying to keep the news alive because of her dad. It's those small character moments in Fallout 4 where you just see the potential of this game, of this series, but the writers do nothing with it. Bethesda catches a lot of flack. A lot of flack. But the writers have something. They can do it. I just don't think they're given the freedom to do it, because I really just kind of think Todd walks into the writer's room, sit down, and go, alright guys, this is the story I have, what do we think? And then if someone raises their hand, he's gonna like immediately shoo it away and go, all right, we're great. Let's make your son the villain. It's whole dumb. It's really just dumb. Fallout New Vegas is widely regarded as the best Fallout game, and I cannot really disagree. It is a fantastic game, maybe even a top 10 game of all time. And every single time you talk about Fallout New Vegas, you talk about the story, you talk about the main narrative, and if the Legion is actually good or not. They're not, by the way. Legionists are ridiculous people. I digress. It's the story people care about. It's what is being presented to you. They don't really care about the gunplay. The gunplay is exactly the same as Fallout 3 except with iron sights. And the gunplay has been completely ridiculed to death in Fallout 3, so they just kind of give New Vegas a pass because that's the same engine. I feel like it's the exact opposite story for Fallout 4. Nobody talks about the story. Nobody wants to talk about the story except how bad the railroad is. What they do care about is the gameplay. And the gameplay is why this game is still alive. Think about it for a second. What do you see on Fallout 4 nowadays? You don't see gameplay walkthroughs, you don't see narrative explanations of the lore. You see challenge videos. Challenge videos are putting something into the world and saying, can I do this? It's the best game for this simple idea. Because the world is so wide, because you don't really need to play the story to find every single little side quest. You can just go and have fun and experience what is out there. What is in this incredible world, this city of Boston. If the game doesn't crash on you like it did for me even recording this. It's the world of Fallout 4 you should go play again. You shouldn't go play Fallout 4, because that includes the story. You should log into Fallout 4, may or may not install mods, and just walk around, do some side quests, and have fun. This game is bare bones, but it's still pretty fun. It's still complex where it needs to be with the crafting system, but everything else is pretty simple. And if you want to turn off your brain for a little while, I would strongly consider you go back and play Fallout 4. In a world where so much is kind of sold back to you, why not go back and experience a game that was actually good? Why not use a game you've already purchased instead of buying something like Modern Warfare 3? Like, you have the power to create your own story. And that's what Fallout 4 does. You can create your own house, you can create your own gear, you can take your own companions. It's the greatest place to do that. And that's what Bethesda games are all about. That's what kind of the RPG is all about. So why not you take this chance to really create your own story in Boston and just forget about the Institute, the Brotherhood of Steel, the railroad. You could probably actually just kill the railroad off rip. That's completely fine. But just go out and experience what this sandbox has, because in my opinion, it is the best sandbox in Fallout's history.
When done, select your mesh, select your armature, select your armature to ensure they are aligned correctly. When done, select your take extra time with the hands to ensure they are aligned correctly. When done, select your mesh, select your armature hands to ensure they are aligned correctly. When done, select your mesh, shift select your armature, press Ctrl P and select with automatic weights. Different parts of the body. Take extra time with the hands to ensure they are aligned correctly. When done, select your mesh, shift select your armature, press Ctrl P and select with automatic weights. In pose mode, you'll now be able to pose your model. Next, go to the data properties and press Generate Rig and scale it to match your model. Select your mesh, shift select the new rig and parent with automatic weights again. In pose mode, your model will now be rigged with inverse kinematics.
history. Thank you so much for watching. How's it going, guys? My name is Spencer, and welcome back to another weekly commentary. This is the first one I'm going to do unscripted, because I gotta get used to this at some point. I'm tired of just turning on dictation on Word and just going and then having to say it all over again. It's mainly just for me. But today I kind of wanted just to talk about, I want to start over and just taking everything and deleting it, because I just like that so much. When I was a kid, I played Minecraft religiously, like too much, even to this day. And my favorite part of this game was restarting, was creating a new world, was making a wooden pickaxe and a furnace, and then just quitting because I don't want to build a house. I would much rather live in a cave. And this really kind of fueled back into my addiction with Star Wars The Old Republic. I have maybe 20 characters on that game. I kind of broke that kick a long time ago, but it's still ridiculous how much I played and how much I restarted just because I like the beginnings of things. And as I come to the end of my college career, I've got to stop talking about the end, dude. To my own detriment, I think I've talked about the end of my college career maybe 20 times. Oh my god. But, you know, as I come to the end, I just kind of think, what is this going to end up like? How am I going to essentially hit the restart button? How am I going to tackle the next phase of my life? And I think that's interesting because I don't think people give it enough attention. It's just, oh, you're out of college, you have your degree, you better go get a job, and you better go get an apartment, and everything else. But what is life? What is starting over? I don't know. What I want to kind of reset and go back to, you know, when I was 10 years old and just run through it all again, I don't know. You know, my life wasn't exactly the best. If I could change things, I definitely would. But it's my life, and I don't know if I would be that same person if I made those changes. Turning back the clock is a really interesting premise because I just want to be happy. I want to be in a position where I can succeed above all else, and there's no worries, there's no problems, emotional spectrum, all that jazz. I can just kind of be who I am and people will accept me as such, but that's not how the world works. Never has, never will. Probably the biggest change I would ever make is actually making myself feel comfortable talking and being in situations and not feeling my best and my most open when I'm standing in front of a microphone. Oh my god, I'm a mess. The reset button really does kind of happen after college. At least that's what I'm thinking. You're given so much freedom and so much power to do your own thing. And that's really cool. But it's not essentially a reset button to wrap this around to Call of Duty like most of my gameplays are. It's like prestiging. You know, you can it's like the Modern Warfare 3 Prestige. You can bring something with you, you know, you can take your ACR back to level 1. And that's what I guess college and getting after college is. I get to take my M21 EBR with silencer into the adult life. And I guess that's pretty cool. So you're not starting over. I'm not going to start over because what's the point of starting over? I don't know. I to be honest with you, I don't really know. I don't know why I'm even recording this sometimes. I feel weird. I feel weird about the end, and I guess I'm just trying to cope with it. And looking back is one of those symptoms. And trust me, I look back a lot these days. I wouldn't start over for the world. I love doing what I do now. I love my friends. I love my family. I love life. And without that, I would hope I would still have those aspects, but maybe not all. And I guess that's what I'm scared of, at least thinking back, of turning back the clock. It's an impossible task, but it's something our minds always go back to. Man, this is a really weird commentary. This is bringing you back to like 2012 Black Ops 2, huh? Talking about life, talking about stuff. You could be that one guy that just made up fake stories, but I don't do that. Oh my god, starting over is a weird concept, and I kind of want your thoughts on it. What do you think starting over would be of benefit to you, and would you make the same choices, and do you think that prestiging is the real life starting over? Thank you so much for watching this little jumbled rant. If you enjoy my stuff, I got plenty of other commentaries, a lot more scripted. This was unscripted. I don't know if it helped, but hey, I don't know. Thank you, and I will see you next time. How's it going, boys? My name is Spencer, and welcome back to another episode of the Halo Reach commentaries. Actually, it's the finale, and it is a Friday night. The heat is blasting right to my right. So, yeah, I'm really living it up. Today, I just wanted to talk about having fun. I started this entire little mini commentary series here because I got demonetized off of YouTube. And this whole thing, posting on Saturdays, is a stick it to them, I'm gonna triple down. when I go back and listen to that, I just see all the vitriol in my voice, how I wrote the scripts, and I don't know. I wasn't appreciating YouTube for what it was. I was just kind of blindsided. I was kind of built up with anger, and I wasn't really focusing that I do YouTube for fun. I've been doing YouTube for fun since sophomore year of college, and as an exiting senior, this has been maybe one of the best outlets for me. So I really just kind of wanted to talk about having fun, doing things you enjoy. I've been doing YouTube since 7th grade, right? And I've considered it a job at some points. I've quit. I've come back, but it's the best thing in the world. It is so fun just standing here in a library computer room. Forgot to mention that when I'm in a library computer room, just talking, just interacting with somebody who may be listening to this 5 years from now. And if so, I'm glad the world hasn't destroyed itself yet. Go do something you want to do. Don't do it because somebody else has spited you. Don't do it because somebody is making you. Do it because you just simply want to do it. There's no harm in that. There's no harm in living out your dreams or trying something you've never tried before. Life is fun. So go out and experience that. Have fun. Because there's not much else you can do. What do you want to do? Do everything sad for the rest of your life? There's a lot of people that let those little moments of sadness build and build and build, and you're really just left picking up the pieces, and you can't let it consume you. Going out and actually doing something you want to do is going to make you feel better. It makes me feel better. Sitting here, it just is better. It really is. Now you may stumble, you may fall, you may fall flat on your face. Everybody's gonna laugh at you and point in a nice little circle, but at least you're doing whatever you want to do. It's a free world. You have free will. My religion teacher always keeps saying that, but I don't know. I've really enjoyed doing this show. It has not been a big one. It's been a couple of episodes, but There's something so right at home that just is talking into a microphone that's not really that serious, is talking about my life, is talking about experiences that I have. It's a little bit less than the advice show, and I think I like it more. Obviously, I'm gonna keep going until graduation on the advice show, but I've really enjoyed doing this little commentary series. I've really enjoyed focusing on stuff I want to do. I'm really just having fun. I'm having fun going back and playing Halo Reach, a game I love so much, and coming up with ideas along the way. It's been a good run, and I really just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for watching all of these. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes. Subscribers, maybe. I don't know. I don't know when this is actually going live. My schedule is ridiculous at this point. I think I still have videos from August going out, but that is besides the point. Yeah, it's been a good run, and I'm obviously gonna keep going. I'm obviously gonna be thinking of other stuff. I really just wanted to say thank you again. This has been amazing. This little series has been everything I wanted it and more, and it's really brought back a lot of fun into YouTube. So for that, thank you for helping me create an idea. You didn't help me at all. I made this all myself, and I am the most selfish person in the world. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the series as a whole, please let me know. And I will see you next time. Thank you so much. How's it going, boys? My name is Spencer, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the pre-ultimate episode of the Halo Reach commentaries. It's a Sunday morning. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. It's completely pitch black outside, and it is about, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning. I feel like I always have to say that. I feel like that's always it's always a staple of these type of videos. But you know what? It's a good life. It really is. And I've got something for you today. I've got something my friend showed me. It was a podcast he listened to really get out of his funk. It's from Jordan Peterson. I thought it was from when he said it, I thought it was from Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall Street. I was like, why is that guy doing mental health videos? But the title of it, or at least the thumbnail, is Stop Lying to Yourself. And I gave it a listen. I did try to really soak up as much information as I could. And what I got was kind of two things. Social media has really changed how we look at certain situations. We create a persona, we create a mask that we present to the world. But it's not ourselves. You know, people wear whatever they want. They dress up for every single event, but when they get home, they just put on pajamas. They put on sweatshorts and just sit there and do everything else that everybody does. And does that make you happy? Does putting on that persona, does presenting yourself in a way that's not you make you happy? And do you express that honesty? Do you let other people see that honesty? Or do you just keep going with the lie? Stop lying to yourself. I think that's a really good phrase and can be adapted so many times, especially with that one just there. Don't lie to yourself. Don't be a fake person. Be who you are. Present who you are in the best way possible. Understand that you are a human being, that you are a great person. And if people don't like you for who you are, then go get better friends. Go understand people on a deeper level who actually will understand you on a deeper level. I don't know if that makes sense, but armchair therapist, always here. The second point was to kind of stop living in a fake reality. I believe it was the opening of it, not really before the interview, just kind of like the hook line at the beginning of the video. He was talking about, if you have problems, go sit in your bed and think about it. Really, really think about it. Because then you'll find your answer. And you're not going to like your answer. You are going to hate it. You are going to love.
Hey there! So transferring animations between Blender files is pretty easy. To do this, select your armature and go to pose mode. Select all the needed bones and then select all the needed keyframes. Copy them with the contextual window or by Hey there! So transferring animations between Blender files is pretty easy. To do this, select your armature and go to pose mode. Select all the needed bones and then select all the needed keyframes. Copy them with the contextual window or by pressing Ctrl+C. In the same Blender editor, go to File, open your destination file. Here also select your armature, go to pose mode and select all the needed bones. After that, add a keyframe for all the transforms that you copy. And press Ctrl+V while your mouse is over the timeline. Keyframe for all the armature, go to pose mode and select all the needed bones. After that, add a keyframe for all the transforms. keyforms that you copy, and press Ctrl V while your mouse is over the timeline.